This much is clear that the argument has been won on the fact that what has been passed on as history to generations of Bharatiyas is a distorted Nehruvian Marxist version of it. So in that sense, I think there is really very little response left. But I don't think it stops at that. That is merely the identification of the problem. The question is, what is the solution? On the aspect of solution, allow me to disagree with you on one aspect. There has never been, I repeat, there has never been a paucity of non-left historians producing credible work. The problem is they were never given access to channels of dissemination through the state. And allow me to again say this as a matter of constructive criticism, that remains the position even today. Which means what you see is production of content by private individuals through private publications. Now, have those publications and has that content percolated into state curriculum? The answer is a no. And for that you can't hold either the private individuals responsible, and you can't constantly blame the Gandhi, Nehru, Marxist establishment for it, because you are no more in the opposition. Having come to power, you don't get to say this after, when you're close to the end of the second term, oh, that our textbooks are still like this. The responsibility for that has to fall squarely at the doors of the center. So the question would be, how seriously have you taken the MHRD appointments? How seriously have you taken the policies of the MHRD? When you had the opportunity to hit reset and do a better job of it through the NEP, did you actually do a good job of the NEP? Where is the public discourse on the criticism as well as, let's say, constructive criticism of the NEP? How many such discussions have we seen? In other jurisdictions, when content and history textbooks are changed, parents participate in discussions with experts to say, this is what we want, this is what we don't want. Where are these discussions happening here? So there's a problem at two levels. How seriously do parents want their children to be exposed to the right kind of history? That is the demand aspect. How serious is the government about addressing this particular issue is the supply aspect. And there is a deficiency at both ends. It remains a storm in a teacup where this is the concern of the affluent few or the educated few or the aware few. But otherwise, it is not an electoral issue. It will never find its way into the electoral manifesto. And anything that doesn't find its way into the electoral manifesto has no value for any government. And unfortunately, it so happens that the current dispensation is an election-winning machine. Therefore, it needs to be able to look at certain issues beyond the realm of merely winning elections. If your question was, okay, if the argument was, where are the people producing the content? Well, content is now available. So it's a question of populating the right kind of people in institutions such as the ICHR, the Indian Council for Historical Research. Have you seen any changes in the NCRT? No, because one of the former MHRD ministers took pride in making the statement that we have not changed a single page in the history textbook. And he wanted us to show this as a badge of honor, when in fact it is a badge of shame and a badge of non-performance as far as this department is concerned. So as much as I would want to support the government on certain other fantastic initiatives, I would certainly say on the education front, particularly with respect to history, I don't think they have done the job. It's certainly not up to the mark.